In this exercise video, we're going to be going through how to work on spreading your toes to increase the mobility of your toes and also to create more stability through your foot and ankle when we're in weight bearing. So we're starting off in a sitting position, so we're taking weight out of it so we can really just focus on the toes. You can also do this totally flat with your leg off of the ground and work on spreading the toes, but I like to at least mimic what's going to be happening when you're standing and in weight bearing position. So get your leg on the floor, foot flat, facing straight on. Obviously we want to be barefoot here as much as possible so it doesn't work as effectively in shoes, and even ideally not in socks too, but we just want to be flat on the floor. First thing we want to do is think about spreading our toes and splaying them out as wide as we can on the floor, and then trying to make sure that as we spread them that they're firmly in contact with the ground. So what will usually be easiest is to let your toes come up before you spread, so you can let them come up and then spread, and then keep them spread as we bring them back down, and then just try to keep them spread in that position when our foot is back onto the ground, and making sure that when we're keeping our toes spread on the ground that our heel is still on the ground and not coming up off of the ground. We want to keep it nice and grounded into the ground. So once you feel like you're able to do it with extending the toes and then spreading to bring them down, then you can work on keeping your toes flat on the ground the whole time and not lifting them up, and just spread them straight onto the floor. And then again, we're just holding that position for the prescribed amount of time, and then you can relax the toes. You should feel this working through the foot here and maybe even up into the back of the calf area as we're doing this. You might even get a little bit of cramping in your foot, which is a good indication that this exercise is good for you to work on. If you do get a cramp, just stop, massage it out, stretch it, and then try again later. So that's in a non-weight bearing position here. Now we also want to practice it when we're fully standing. So now we're going to get fully upright, and we can have both feet equal, or you can be focusing on just one foot, whatever feels comfortable for you or what you've been prescribed to do. And so now that we're standing neutral stance, we're going to practice keeping our toes on the ground again and trying to spread them out nice and wide, keeping our foot still firmly contacted into the ground. So as you're spreading, I don't want your heel to pop up or your arch to come totally off. We want to make sure all the toes are equally on the ground and the heel is also equally on the ground. Then we're going to hold that spread toe position and see if we can hold it while we start to transition more weight on, and even going into single leg balance as we're trying to hold that toe spreading. You want to make sure that as we're again spreading the toes, we want to think about the foot tripod. So that tripod is 3 points through the heel, the ball of the foot under the big toe, and ball of the foot under the pinky toe. Those are the 3 points that should equally be in contact with the ground. So whether we're sitting here non-weight bearing and doing that, we're still keeping that foot tripod equal and level, so all 3 points have equal weight at all times, versus when we're in standing, again, still focusing on the tripod, spreading the toes and keeping those equal points with the tripod, working into single leg balance. And then we can even add this into other functional movements like squats, lunges, and different dynamic activities.